Good day, traders. This is Rich with some price action on the markets. Currently 4:01 p.m. November 5th, 2020, Thursday. Interesting day in the morning, and then just kind of fizzled out the rest of the afternoon. I took a couple of trades that went against me right out of the gate, probably weren't in play, and then decided to follow up with the Qualcomm trade. That was definitely the trade of the day for me. Just set up beautifully. We watched it in pre-market or post-market yesterday in the video, and actually I missed the trade through the, I think it was 137 level, and it ran up to 149 last night. So I kept it on my watch today, and it looked pretty good setting up, and I'll get into that in a second. So make sure you subscribe, like the video, share the video, and also comment on the video. All right, so let's get to the SPY. The SPY gapped up, more news, election stuff, all that good, just getting out of hand. Hopefully that ends this week, if not this weekend, and then we can get back to business on Monday. We knew it was going to be chaos. I've been talking about it for weeks. We need to get through the election. We're actually seeing some good price action, especially in the mornings. We had 2 days of really big gappers and some follow through, which is nice. The cheapy stocks are kind of gapping up big time, and then making moves intraday are happening. I'm just not catching them. They're so whippy. They're 30 to $1 spreads. They move super quick. They move up $2 at a time, move down $2 at a time. And I'm just, I don't want to get caught in it. I just want to get caught in it. Let's check out ROKU real quick. I think they just came out with earnings. They were kind of moving up a little bit. Oh, they're moving up big time. So let's see if we can get a trade here possibly. Okay. Interesting. Making big moves early on. I'll keep an eye on this while I'm discussing overall markets and come back to it while I'm looking at the Qualcomm trade. And I did look at BYND, unfortunately. I looked at BYND this morning. It was gapping up. So I was like, okay, it's going to break through the levels, and moved up through here, failed, moved up through here, failed, and then eventually it went. So I went over 2 to start my day. I was down like 290. No, 260. And that was just real unfortunate. It fell, and then it made it move, and then it finally went up, $2.50 to the 154 level. That's what I was looking at, this 154 level. And I kind of got chopped in. I probably shouldn't have been looking at it in the first place, but it did. It's made moves, and it was gapping up. It was up, 7 points today. Oh my God, Roku is just cooking. So let's get to the Qualcomm trade. Qualcomm in the evening last night. Obviously it's down now. We're looking at a 2-minute chart here. We'll go to last night real quick. Sorry for the scrolling here. Holy moly. Okay, so here's last night. I was making the video around this time, and I was looking for the entry back through 137, and I think it was on this candle here. Yeah. And then it ripped up to 148. Pretty nice setup there. Just didn't take, because after hours, you got to be a little bit more in tune to what's going on in the markets, and I didn't feel like I was ready to take that trade. So anyway, this morning we broke up. It was like a one. Give me a second here. Okay, so I was looking at the 145.50 level on this candle here, and then it broke through here and just moved all the way up. Look where it went to. It went to 148.80. It looks like it's going straight up, and there was no reason for me to really sell any as I was going up, but I was just kind of clipping all the way up. And I took some shallow sales, and I probably should have stayed in it longer and held on. I was within 300 shares. Actually, last second, if you watch the video I made of that trade, I clicked down from 400 to 300, and then I got a nice move, and I was like, I think 30 cents was my first sale, 70 cents, $1.50. As I get higher, I get smaller shares out. My best sell was 148. It did go to 148.80. I had some sales at 147.50, 146.90, 146.45. So pretty good trade. I made, how much did I make on that trade? Sorry for the, why is it not loading this? Man, I tell you, when I run, I was 237 on that trade. It pretty much squashed my BYND losses. And then I took a couple trades on ALTM ALTM, which is like the crazy mover of the day. We've discussed that in the past. These crazy moves like APVO. It was just like you got in it and you're just hoping for the best, pretty much. Like, look at these moves up, boom, 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 boom. The pullback here, and at the end of the day, it moved up pretty good. I like those plays. I'll trade with 100 or 200 shares. If I go any more than that, like it could drop in a dime. If let's say I'm in 500 shares on a $30 stock, I could do that, no problem. I have definitely the buying power. But that can rip down in my face and be down $500 in a matter of a second. So it's just not worth it. So if I even just do 100 shares, I could see a 3-point move. I could be up $300. So I'm okay with the 100 shares. Obviously, I would like more on a big move. But then again, I have to always manage my risk. It's just not worth the scenario. Okay, so Roku's pulling back down now. 250 looks like a pretty good entry point if the news is really good. I guess maybe... the algorithms might be on it right now, pushing it back down. Roku, I hate the stock. I've never done well with it. It is whippy. It has 50-cent spreads constantly, and it's probably not something I'm going to trade. But look at this thing just flush now, so I don't really like it at all. Maybe at 230 level or something like that, I would consider it. Maybe this blue line, 220. If it flushes down, maybe flip back up. But earnings were good, I believe. Let me just see if I can get some numbers for you guys. You could probably get them yourself. Reports, 9 cents versus negative 41 cents. So they were positive with revenue of $451 versus $371. So here's what I want to say about Roku. I love Roku. I have 2 Rokus in my house, but the remotes are garbage. They just never pair properly, and it's always a pain in the ass to get it working. I have a slightly older LED TV. My other one works fine, but even with that one, I have issues with it. It's these stupid remotes. I don't know what's going on. So I like the service. I like that it has everything in front of you, but it's just not clean. It doesn't work as well as I think it should. I run Hulu, Netflix, Amazon, that stuff through the Roku. And I think I get pretty good Wi-Fi signal. I've never really had a problem with signal, so that's why I like Roku the most. But the remote is just trash to me. If they can figure out a good, solid remote scenario, I think Roku would be one of the best in the business. Anyway, ended up the day with $26. Got chopped around those early trades, which sucked. I was watching Tesla, made its move. I probably just need to not look at BYND until it's in play next week for its earnings. I just like the way it trades. It's just really nice when it makes those moves and it squeezes. And it just didn't squeeze. It did most of its squeezing in the pre-market, even though it made some more gains in the during the market hours. It just seemed like it made a lot of squeezing moves during the pre-market. And if it does that, it just doesn't have that as much follow through. That's, is what it is. I'm not going to worry about it going forward, and I'll continue to trade what I see. I think, just trading these in-play stocks like ALTM, APVO, which made these crazy moves, parabolic again from 15 all the way up to 26. I mean, seriously, it's huge moves. These are crazy moves. I mean, the ALTM was just insane. So if you look at the ALTM, gapped up. What was the closing price yesterday? 10. We'll call it 10. It went to 31 today. I mean, it's up 194%, closing near highs today. Just insane moves. I don't even know what they do, nor do I care, to be honest. But I'll continue to trade tomorrow, Friday, finish up the week, hopefully green again. Hopefully have a bigger day because, $26 isn't really going to pay the bills. Better than red. I mean, it was down, and if you look at my equity curve, it's literally a straight down and straight back up. All good. I'm finishing at my high of the day. I was looking at this last move here on ALTM, although it looks like one candle. Look at the low, 27.74, and the high of 31.38. I was trying to get through 29. It was just so fast. It flew right by, and I couldn't get it. It would have been 2 points in no time. But I'm not going to worry about that. Move on with my night. You guys have a good one. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will talk to you then. Okay, sorry about that. I just closed out the video and I came back, and 2 seconds later I saw Roku setting up the way I like it. It came down to my 200 simple moving average right here at 218, and as it popped right back through 220, I entered, got some shares off. Like I had 100 shares. I swear I had 100 shares. I'm like, Roku's, I mean, it's moving at like $2 at a time. And hindsight's always 20/20. Guess what? I got in at 220, had a sale of 10 shares with 25 shares. 220, exit of 221.45, 221.65, both for 10 shares, because I actually entered the limit order. And it didn't fill, so I'm like, what's going on here? I thought maybe I was having some, day after hours situation. So I closed the other 10. I knew if it went against me like 10 points, it would be $250, but it wasn't going to go 10 points against me. I was comfortable taking it. And then the final 5 shares I got for $224.50. So on 25 shares, it moved 5 points. And as you can see, it's up 5 points now. I made $50. In like 30 seconds. It was great. It was a nice little trade and kind of topped off my day there. I feel a little bit better now about my day. Close to $76, $77. I'll take that and move on. I'm not going to look at it again. But this was a nice little move, bouncing off this 200 and after hours back through the 220, and it just ripped right back. So you can see here, this is after hours. And I'm just happy that's the way it ended. So you guys make sure you subscribe again, and I'll see you tomorrow.